Architecture is more than just about beautiful forms. I would see architects as healers of the built environment, where you have to look at the considerations to use as little resources as possible.
I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel mine.
This tree somehow attracts lots of birds. You see and hear the leaves moving, and you hear the birds cooing. It gives you a very calm, almost sanctuarious kind of space.
On some of my holidays, I visited quite a few master potters, how they set up their studios. Most of them have their workshop behind. They have a little gallery where they show their work. I thought that was really lovely for any artist to be able to share their work with the public.
We've purposely kept it a very void and flexible space so it can be turned into a small gathering of artist community to come and talk about their work.
You remember this part? This will be here. Okay?
He's here.
This one's over, this one's under. There's something I always wanted next to my wheel, the sound of running water. It just takes you away to another space. You're not in the busy world anymore. It takes you in a space where you can just create quietly.
It's the first house I built for myself, and it is really an embodiment of my 30 years of experience in architecture. I would call it industrial poetics. A lot of the materials that we use here in this house, they are all in a very unadorned state. You express the natural tones and the quality of the material. So many people have remarked that when they came into the house, they could feel that the temperature drops by about sometimes 4 to 5 degrees because it's very cool in the house. The good thing about designing your own house is that you can push the boundary. You can do things which people will not conventionally accept. Each floor, each function is not compartmentalized from each other, but rather they flow from one level to the next. It's very rare to use steel for residential buildings. Not many people will be able to accept this idea of a steel floor being exposed the way it is.
This is partly a workshop, partly gallery, partly home. Furnishings get a bit softer as you go to the living and then the study and the bedrooms. I tend to go very natural with the materials like wood, metals and stone. And I didn't actually go out looking for a piece. They were collected over some years. They remind you of a good place, they remind you of a relationship.
I was experimenting with different kinds of plants. I'm really very passionate about moving design upwards. One architect contributes one idea, another architect, he looks at your idea and he develops it to the next. I'm still toying with the idea of whether I want to grow some plants in the center.
Right. We are always very conflicted, right? To have that feature, to have the plants and even putting some pottery or Delphine's.
But we didn't get Delphine's approval. That's why.
One of the key challenges was when Theodore said he wanted an honest house. Being different from some of the projects that we have done before, that we will try to conceal to make the house very neat. In this case, for maintenance reason and for the honesty of construction itself, Theodore wanted very much to expose all his services. This was made more difficult by the fact that the whole house is in mezzanines and the floor plates do not meet. So the services on the front side of our house is separate from the services at the back of the house. So the main challenge was trying to consolidate the services, and we had to find means to interconnect them. And we could only achieve so by going through the party walls, on the sides of the inter-terrace house.
So it's a place that has good vibes, good memories too, because every friend that comes along is a new memory for me, and good food.
When we did this space, we looked at it from time perspective. That's why it is, to me, important to have a space that is honest. When you are there, you can be yourself and just be.